The market is frustrating right now. Things that used to work before are not working anymore. But here's the thing, some people are still navigating this market better than others, and that is not luck. It comes down to a few mistakes a lot of persons are making which they don't realize. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why a lot of crypto traders are broke in 2026 and how they can basically fix that. Before we get started with this video, make sure to like it right now, subscribe to this channel, and let's get started. The first mistake most crypto traders are making right now is thinking that all coins are meant to be held. I know this might offend some people, but there is a popular phrase which says, if you can't hold, you won't be rich. Well, I don't think this applies to 2026 anymore, because if it was back in 2021, when a lot of persons were saying it, then that is fine. Because in 2021, you can buy any coin of your choice and then wake up the next day and see profits, regardless of how terrible the coin is. But right now in 2026, even good coins are not even moving. I can go to CoinMarketCap and give you several examples. Most of the coins in 2025 did not move at all. So you need to start thinking smarter in 2026 if you need to navigate the market. Right now, millions of coins are created monthly. So if you think about it, where is the liquidity that will buy into all of these tokens to make them pump? So this should make you realize that not all of the coins you're seeing, all of the altcoins you've been hearing are going to pump. Some are not going to do anything because there is scarce amount of money that should pump every one of them. And that is why, if you notice in 2025, just a few coins like ZEC, that's Zcash and privacy narratives, and maybe a little bit of Hyperliquid and some other coins, Asta also, that did very well in 2025. The rest of the entire market was actually terrible, especially meme coins, which most of them died off within 24 hours. Some did not even last up to 1 week. So you need to be very, very careful and smarter in your choices of holding any specific coins. The second mistake you're making is investing in ICOs and IDOs. So ICOs are basically initial coin offering. Now, if you've been in the market back in 2023 down to 2021 or even before that time, you notice that ICOs was one of the best ways to make money in crypto. I mean, there are several coins I invested in, and the moment they launched, I made over 100x from most of those coins. I can go on to give several examples of some of the coins that did these numbers. But right now in 2026, it is one of the worst ways to make money in crypto, because back in 2025, most of the ICOs did not do well. I'm going to give you some few examples right now. The first example is Monad. If you look right here, they conducted their ICO on Coinbase and they actually sold their token at 0.025. right? And the maximum amount of money you can put was $100,000. I invested in this because I felt it was going to do really, really well. But to be honest, I think most persons were disappointed. Through this, they raised close to $200 million, right? And this was the price action of the coin when it launched. You can see on this very first day, most people were expecting this coin to do maybe a 3x or 5x or even up to a 10x. Honestly, I wasn't even expecting that much. I was thinking of, let's say, a 2 to 3x. But if you see that very day this coin was launched, this is the daily time frame. You can see this coin only went to 0.036, and this was not even when the coin got listed, because the moment it got listed, the price fell down to around 0.025, down to 0.024. Honestly, I sold mine on loss, and that is because I was scared that I was going to lose the money I invested in that particular stuff. But a day after, it went up a little bit, but even the price appreciation is not so much. Imagine buying from 0.025 and this guy only went to 0.04. That is if you have held for the next 3 days. And only for the next 3 days is a lot of conviction for you, because that very day, that very first day they launched, there was a lot of backlash and the rest of them, and they felt like this was not going to do very well. But yeah, surprisingly, it went up, but it wasn't even up to 100% profit for those that invested in the ICO, and from there it tanked. So most persons that were expecting a 2x most likely sold on loss here, because it's crashed to 0.016. And even right here, you can see the price is still not back to the ICO price. It's just been between 0.016 to 0.025. So that is basically it. The second example is Ranger Finance. These guys sold their token at $0.8 per token, and they raised about $8 million. Now, when they listed, you can see this guy only went to 0.87. It didn't even give any person any single profit. It crashed from there to 0.039. And ever since then, it only went up to 0.0 7, and since then you can see it's sitting at 0.4. So instantly, everyone that invested in the ICOs actually lost money. So your best bet right now is to possibly avoid some of these ICOs. There was even one which is called Trove. That one, nobody made money from it at all. It was basically a scam. Nobody made money from it. So your best bet right now is to avoid most of these ICOs. I'm not saying some are not going to do well. There could be some that could do well. But I mean, even the market is not even good right now to guarantee that they will be successful for any particular token. So your best bet is to stay clear from them, or maybe do further research and see if you're going to make money from it before investing. The next mistake a lot of crypto traders are making is taking or locking up their coins within a period of time just so they can make insane APYs or get airdrop from that particular platform or their token. I'm going to give you an example with this tweet from InfoSpace, and it says, between 2022 to 2024, I staked 100 Juno, which was around $5,000 as at that time. Right now, that token is staked is now worth $9.4. You stake this one, FMOS, $3,500. Right now is worth $1.66. Osmo is worth $42, and TI is worth $472. I mean, he made this tweet back in 2025. I guess this token are even worth less than this right now. If you put everything he invested right here, you can see he actually putting over $10,000 on these platforms, right? And then what he has there is barely $500. And his aim was to actually get airdrops from the Cosmos ecosystem. But guess what? He didn't make so much from the airdrops. And this is one of the mistakes a lot of people are making. The first thing I will say is staking for airdrops should be a no-no at this point, except you're staking in stable coins like USDT, USDC, and others. If you're staking in the native token of that platform, honestly, the chances that you're going to survive it is very, very rare, because you could stake your token and then the price of this token are dumping, and you're waiting for the reward to come. When the rewards come, when you compare that with the amount you have, it doesn't even augment to the losses you've incurred at this point of staking your coin. And these platforms sometimes will tell you that for you to unstake your token, it's going to take 21 days. So by the time you wait for 21 days, the token would have crashed even lower, and you would basically just lose a lot of your money you used in buying the tokens you basically stake. Now, what I've noticed about some of these crypto projects is whenever they're introducing staking, they only want you to stake your token so that you won't be able to sell, and then they could be selling their own from the side. I'm not saying that is for all of them, because honestly, there are some I think they are doing it the right way, but many of them you're seeing out there are not doing it right. Secondly, whenever you're seeing insane APYs for staking your coins, sometimes you're going to see 100, 200, 300, 500%. Back in 2021, we used to see thousands of percent, millions of percent just by staking your coins. Now, this is still not sustainable, because where are they getting the tokens they're using to pay? That is what you should be asking yourself. Your platform is giving you, let's say, 200% APY yearly. Where are they generating the yield from that they're paying you from? Obviously, some of them are minting more tokens and they're using that to pay you. So it simply means inflation is happening in the token, and therefore there's chances that the price of that token is going to crash more. Invariably, you're still going to be on loss at the end of the day. So your best bet right now is to avoid staking. And the final thing I'm going to say about staking is you should know the platform you're staking, because some of these platforms could also get compromised and then you lose all your funds. Focus on the big ones. Personally, I would recommend staking on exchanges like Binance, Bybit, and maybe other ones like that. Or if you want to do it in a decentralized way, I would recommend Aave and a few other ones. So just focus on the big ones. But the thing is, most of these guys will not give you internal APYs. I think on Aave, you're going to get about 4 to 5% staking your USDT. So that's not a lot compared to some platforms that will give you 12 to 20%. You need to be very careful when the APY you're getting is very, very high. That should actually spur suspicion for you. So look out for that very well whenever you're staking your tokens. The final mistake a lot of people are making is risk management. So example, some persons want to buy a particular token and they only have $1,000, and you see them putting in that total $1,000 into the token. Imagine if it goes south. What simply happens is you've actually lost your money investing in that token, and that is why you need to prioritize risk management in 2026 if you have to survive in the crypto market. I've talked about risk management a lot of times on this channel, and what I would encourage you to do is to go check out the video and watch it and learn from it. But basically, your investment amount should be well calculated in a way whereby if you actually lose that money invested, you're not going to feel worried about it at all. Whenever you invest in a token and then you're worried or you're scared that something could happen, it's a sign for you to know that you actually over-invested. But the best practice is people should basically invest 1% of their portfolio in anything they want to invest. But honestly, sometimes 1% of your portfolio could be very small. And that's why you could go as high as 5% to 10%. But if you should keep it the right way, I think you shouldn't go above 5%. But just in case your portfolio is not big, maybe you should actually go increase to 10%. But I'm not recommending that basically. Last I can actually tell you is 5%. Otherwise, it's even better to go lower than that. That way, you're applying proper risk management when investing into tokens. And this also applies to anything you're doing, be it forex, crypto, investing, and anything you want to think about. So this is all of it about this video. I really hope you got value from it. If you did, I want you to go to the comment section. Tell me what stood out for you in this video. I will be there to read all of that. And be sure to like this video right now and subscribe to this channel if you've not. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.